Hello everyone, this is Allison of Thornton Consulting Firm, and in this video I'm going to talk with you guys about emojis. And for those of us, I'm certain all of us use emojis, especially on social media, when we're texting someone. But are you aware that emojis might not be accessible, especially for those who are visually impaired and who rely on screen readers to read contents on your website, or they use a screen reader in order to read digital content. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys just 4 simple lessons, some things to keep in mind when you are using emojis. The first thing you want to do is, the first lesson when it comes to using emojis, for those that use screen readers, they have a very, very difficult time in really understanding the meaning behind that emojis. So for you and I, those of us who can see, when we see, say, like a smiley face, for example, we can get the content of what that maybe that message or that text message or that social media post is all about. However, for a screen reader, it can't really convey what that emoji means. It'll just announce how it looks. It'll just say um, smiley face with smiling eyes. And all of the content maybe around that emoji, it gets lost because you're just having the emoji. So the first thing is you want to limit the number of emojis that you're using. And can you just imagine, if you're visually impaired and you're using a screen reader and there are 4 to 6 emojis. Again, for those of us who can see it, we can pretty much understand what all of those emojis mean without having the text message, without having the text there. So the takeaway is to really use emojis sparingly. Maybe 1 to 3 is usually enough. Secondly, placement matters. So where you put in your emojis also will make a difference. So if you place several emojis throughout a sentence, a screen reader has to announce each one. And that will interrupt the message itself. So the takeaway with this one is to, when possible, you want to place the emojis at the end of your sentence instead of throughout the text. The third thing that I want to mention, the third lesson, is don't replace words with emojis. So if you're happy or the context you want to express, they say you got a promotion on your job and you're texting someone to let them know that you got a promotion on your job, or a raise or something of that nature. And so emoji, for those of us again that can see, having an emojis there will understand. But again, for those that have screen readers, it's just going to name, it's not really going to be able to communicate the excitement that you have about receiving that raise. So write your message first, and again, then put a few emojis at the end. And then finally, the fourth takeaway, the fourth lesson that I learned, that I'm sharing with you guys, is to be careful with emoji bullet points. So when you see, like say, like a lot of social media, they use the same emojis at every item. So again, you want to be real mindful. So if you have like a list of things, you want to be real mindful of using emojis at each bullet points. So you want to keep your list very simple and really easy to understand. So these were just some 4 lessons, some things that to consider when you are sending a message, or even in a Word document or PDF or any type of online anything that's online, anything that you're doing digitally, even texting. You want to really be mindful of overusing like emojis, and especially in a business setting, you want to limit the number of emojis that you're using. You want to use no more than, say, 1 to 3, and you really want to put them at the end of the sentence or the end of text. This helps greatly with people that are visually impaired, who rely on screen readers to read content, or read content, online content. And so for a screen reader, the screen reader can't interpret what you're trying to say or imply using emojis. And so for all of us that are, mindful of, all of us should be a little bit mindful of making sure that the rural and content and everything is inclusive for all types of users. So I'm going to wrap this video up. And if you're new here on the channel, a little bit about the company, Thornton Consulting Firm. What we do, we work with small to mid-sized business who produces public-facing digital products and software and websites. We work with you guys to audit and test your high traffic web pages and your digital products. And we conduct like a screen reader test. We do like a keyboard navigation test, and we do an automated test. So we conduct accessibility tests on all of those your high traffic web pages or products that you identify, and we produce a report and let you know if your product is accessible for people with disabilities. And if you are in need of our service, again, we work with small to mid-sized company, especially those that might not have a dedicated accessibility team. You're aware of it, but you don't know exactly where to start or what to do. We can help you guys out with that. And especially, say, if one of your clients, your big clients, is government. So we do the test, make sure everything is in compliance with Section 508. If your client is government, federal government, and we also we tested against WCAG 2.1 AA guidelines and standards. So if you're in need of our assistance, feel free to go to our website. That's www.thorntonsconsultingfirm.com. I will put the link to the company's website where you can just reach out to us, and we're here to assist you with your accessibility needs. I'll also put the website at the bottom of this page. Well, that concludes the video. And again, if you're in need of any type of accessibility services, you need someone to come in and conduct an audit and test out your to test out your high traffic web pages on your website to make sure that it's in compliance. Look for any kind of barriers that will prevent people from with disabilities from accessing that information, or just to really give you some education on just some few minor things like we just did in the like I just did in the video. So continue to follow us. We have just some we come out with videos every week where we just provide just some simple tips and suggestions on things that you can do to make your product accessible, or just things that you can do just as a user yourself to just keep other people in mind when we are online. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.